challenge. Let's see what it is. You're going to learn how to make your own picket fence.
Oh,
a big one. Of course, you can get little ones that go around the outside of a flower bed, but of course we're going to do a full-size one. And to help you meet the challenge, please welcome from Real Rooms, Kieran Kelly. Hiya, Kieran.
Hi, Deborah.
Lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, do people really make their own picket fences? Don't they get someone else to do it now?
No, you can make them. Yeah, they're quite simple. Go to DIY places or fencing places, and the kit's there for you.
What do you need? What's this stuff then?
These are just your uprights, 2 posts basically. You can buy them kit form already cut like this, and then you stick them into the ground, roughly 1/3 below the ground, just to make sure, and about 4 inches of concrete all the way around.
OK, and before the concrete sets, that's when you need to do the next bit. And what have you got ready?
To help the lads along, I've put the 2 horizontal pieces, which are these pieces, and I've already marked them to give you a helping hand. And your picket fencing here, I've marked 4 inches down as well.
OK, so you've marked the horizontals where the verticals are going to go, and you mark the verticals where they're going to line up with the horizontals.
Yes.
So all you've got to do is sort of mix and match, really. OK, off you go. Meet the challenge. What do you do?
First, take up
Do it alongside, guys.
the bottom one. They've all the same markings. Place it in, and just pull it over slightly. This is where your concrete's still wet.
So if it was in situ in concrete, you'd just be rocking them back
Just rocking them back slightly,
OK.
yeah.
This is like putting together one of those towel rails, isn't it, where you put the top one in, the bottom one falls out.
Exactly. Well, this is the trick. Don't push them all the way home. And then you put your top one in. Should just be enough. Get the bottom one in. Oh. And then you just pull them in tight.
Try the other one, see if that fits.
This the bottom one falling out there.
Actually, are these pre-cut? Should it actually easily fit in?
Should easily fit in, yes. If you put your bottom one in first, then your top one in next, lads.
Oh, there, that's it.
Thank
you. Bit of
just put it in a fraction of an inch.
Not right in, that's
Fraction of an inch. And then
the next one?
The next one, now you've got to pick up your first piece of picket fencing, the pointy bit, and line the outside edge with your first mark. Pick up some nails.
Come on, I'll help you. Come on, let's get it in.
Come on, Robbie, keep going, don't worry about it.
Now, the thing to mention also is that you wouldn't do it in big, thick black marker.
No, you wouldn't. This is so, yeah. It's just for my eyesight, this is actually. It's just a pencil, so you'd lose it then.
Oh, he's off already. He knows
it.
Get the others on as fast as you can now, guys. Yeah. And preferably have the mark facing inwards so that it doesn't show so much. What's the spacing then?
The spacing is 7 inches on this, but anything as long as it's pleasing to the eye. I mean, my mark's out there, but doesn't make the odds.
So 7 inches if it's this sort of size.
Yeah.
What's the longest in between the posts?
What's longest in between a post? You can go anything from 2 or 3 feet up to 8 feet. As soon as it starts to look like it's sagging,
yeah. Then you have to put another post in. And how far off the ground should these be? Presumably you don't want them to touch.
Yeah. Roughly a couple of inches. So that stops any damp coming up the end of the grain. Yeah. It'll stop them rotting.
OK. Now, obviously, loads of people are worried about hammers because they're worried about bashing their fingers. Have you got any tips to avoid that?
If you pick up a piece of cardboard, push the nail into the cardboard, like that, protrudes a little bit, so your fingers are well away from the head of the nail. Pick your hammer up, hold it where you want the nail to go in, nail, so it's driven home, rip your cardboard off.
Once it's up, what would you have to do to treat it and maintain it?
Anything that will keep the any oil-based paints or rubber-based paints even. That'll just stop the water from getting into it.
30 seconds, guys. Do the best job you can.
These lads are flying along. Yeah, just drop it.
And do they last for long? Is this a strong type of fence to have?
Yeah. It'll last a good few years as long as the kids not falling off them or kicking into them or anything like that. Yeah. It'll last a good while. Depending if you use soft timbers, it'll last less longer than a hardwood timber. Fantastic.
And that basically is it. So finish up, guys, because we're almost at the end now. And that's how you make your own picket fence. Not bad at all. Nice and sturdy.
Yes.
Yeah. That stands the test of time. What about over this side then? Let's do the marking. How's
marking on here?
Perry got on?
It's a bit jiggity jaggedy.
Oh,
Marks out of 5.
That one's lower than that one.
Yes.
And that one's higher than that one.
It's not bad because you were flying along there, but marks out of 5. 3.
3? That's not bad,
3.
that's not bad. Well done, Perry. Over this side, how's Robbie done?
Robbie, considering all the problems he did have, has done quite well, actually. See, and that was slightly out, and I think, because of the problems he did have, 5?
5? Well done! Brilliant, well done, Robbie. And thanks very much to our expert, Kieran Kelly. Well, let's see how the scores stand after 2 games. Perry's got 7, but in the lead with 8, it's Robbie. He's taken over. Well done. Well, it's crunch time. Time for our final game. Everything rests on this. You've been all right so far because you're a handyman. We've had 2 sort of DIY ones. But what are you going to think of this next one? For our final challenge, you're going to have to learn how to... turn a hand bouquet. That's what it's officially known as. See, look, this is a new way of doing it. They don't wrap them in great big flat bouquets anymore. They do it like this, then you can have the water in. You've got to get your water in and everything.
Yeah.
But don't worry, because to help you meet the challenge, please welcome florist William Vincent.